Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Library of Ruina. So essentially what happened in the last video was we pretty much did our first realization with Malku's Flaw. Now as I mentioned in the last video, because the realizations are pretty long, after we completed it, it really only left us time to deal with the abnormalities that we also had to defeat. So we didn't really do any invitations last episode, but that's about to change right now. Here we go. So, alright, so before we actually get into the invitations, now usually I kind of just do like left to right, because you know that just feels right to me, doing left to right. That like it just feels like there's an order to it when I go from left to right. However, we'll be switching things up today, because instead of doing this invitation, we're actually going to be doing this invitation. And there are two reasons for this. The first reason is because this invitation is easily by far the hardest battle in the Urban Nightmare catalog. But two, there's actually a specific abnormality battle I want to kind of defeat before we reach the next level. And unfortunately, to get that abnormality fight, we actually need a book from this. Not abnormal. Yeah, so to do the abnormality fight, we actually need the book from the 4th invitation. So I feel like for today we're switching things up. So here we go. We're back at the train ride. We all remember what happened last time with this. Oh, this is the cleanup crew. That means they totally know what's going on. You wouldn't send a cleanup crew if you knew what you were gonna discover.
先輩、そんなケースはごく一部って言ってましたよね。
ええ、大抵の場合、みんな内臓で電車ごっこしながら。
He's even explaining it. Yep, they usually do arts and crafts with each other's organs and shit. So this isn't the first time this has occurred.
教育用の映像で見ただろうけど、覚悟はしておけよ、新入り。
So even without the Doctor and Elena being on the train and manipulating events, crap like that still happens as an everyday occurrence.
俺はもう一生ワープ列車は乗れないだろうな。
記憶を全部消してくれるって言ってもですか？
お前ならこんなざま見ても普通に乗れるかもな。
Yeah, I want to know how they do this, because I feel like there must be some sort of trick that they implement. Otherwise, like, there'd be so much panic with everybody going missing or dying. They must have like some sort of solution to that.
おい、準備ができたから列車の整頓始めるよ。扉を開けろ。新入り、マニュアル通りやろうか。マニュアルにある通り。
Oh yeah, this is totally common for them. I mean, look at that. Look at that.
今度のは結構典型的なやつだな。
うおー、マスクをつけてるのに匂いが鼻をブスブスさしてきますね。
もしもし、あんた生きてはいるんだよな。
Yeah, that's right. Remember, even though they were killing and stabbing themselves, they were trapped in stasis, so they could not die.
このパターンは自殺者に該当しますね。
お前ただもんじゃないな。映像で見たとしても現場に来たら大体の場合は吐いて気絶するんだけどな。
I do find it funny that, like, before they start this job, they get an educational video about what to do.
23区出身だって言ってたろ。
Oh, really? The cannibal district? That makes sense.
これよりひどいとは言えませんけど、この程度なら結構見ましたから。
さあ、 整理整頓要員のみんな、各自担当車両の遺伝子識別を済ませて乗客を元の位置に戻しといて。
へえ、見ろよ、ぐちゃぐちゃになっても目がまだ動いてるぞ。俺はまだ慣れないな。いつまでこんな仕事をやってればいいんだ。
整理要員を辞めたら退職金もらって記憶消去手続きでしたっけ？
Oh, wow. So after they quit or leave, or I guess retirement, they get men in blacked?
お前さんはそっくりそのまま信じてるのか？裏路地出身ならそういうの知ってるだろ
う。嘘だってことですか？
どうせどこかに連れて行かれて人知れず殺されるんだろうな。
That's also a viable option with the secret they're containing.
あ、俺がこんなこと言ったのは秘密な。そうじゃなくても人事評価が微妙だから冗談だって分かってるよな。
His employee review results. You didn't clean that blood up fast enough. You get an F.
これ終わってから先輩が夕飯をおごってくれるなら考えてみますよ。ピリ辛のもつ鍋とかどうですか？
もつ？ローズ、この後輩だんだん怖くなってるぞ。
本当ですか？
お仕事しましょう。
Ah, yeah, she's playing with the dead body.
区別して、
Or I should say
それぞれ
the
の席を
dead
適
alive
当に座ら
body.
せればいいんですよね。
I mean, the ad's still working though. So you gotta put them on the right seats.
そうそう、座席の上にさえ乗せておけば現状回帰処理されるはずだから。
Excuse me? So you're telling me these seats have some sort of regenerative function that restores them to the point before they started chopping each other up? And then the doors open and everyone, because their memories have been erased, think it's 10 seconds later when they were when in reality they were tortured and suffered for 2,000 years.
セン、デスティ、手を止めろ。私たちは今から事務所に戻る。
This singularity is messed up.
え？
Oh.
乗客が消えたんですか？
Oh yeah, that's right. The puppeteer turned all of the first class passengers into puppets.
おい、もっと小声で言えよ。誰かに聞かれたらどうするんだ。
どうせセキュリティレベルは最高じゃないですか、ここ。
ただの乗客じゃなくて一等席に乗った乗客が消えたんだ。これは上層部でも頭抱えてそうだな。
一等席の乗客が消えたのも危ないし、時間が消えたのも危ないな。
Yeah, that's like pretty bad for them because if they're not on the train, they can't be revived. That probably goes with the same with like Tamari. She can't, like Tamari can't be revived either because they became a book in our library.
割り当て量を満たせなかった。
Time quota?
W 社は翼になってからずーっと無事故だったじゃないですか。何があったんだか。
Wait a minute. What do you mean by time quota?
技術者がいろいろと分析してるんだが、
Oh, they
ま
got
ずこれを見
footage.
ろ。
Is that what that T-core box was for? It steals people's time?
おお、これが例の感情の変化によって大事な部分だけ記録してくれるってカメラ。教育映像で見たことあります。
なんだよ、中盤あたりでお互いお体を合体
Oh
さ
yeah,
せた
you
のか。
better believe it. Nasty business.
あの人医者じゃないですか？あんな精巧に体をくっつけるだなんて。
あの体を引き裂いて分離した生理要員たちがかわいそうだな。
あの個体は非常に高い筋力を持っていて、要員のうち16人が整頓中に死亡したらしいな。
愛の街。
Love Town.
街まで作ったんですね。
さっきの医者だっけ？精神的な支えだったっぽいな。その二人が消えたせいであんなに泣いて。
どうやって消えたんですかね？
これも見ろ。 一等席の車両の映像だ。
Yes, we get to see the first class passengers who are too lazy and half-assed to walk instead of taking a 10-second train ride.
私を誰だと思ってるんだこの野郎私はな勇者の役員なんだぞ
誰だ誰の差し金だ
さあ存じ上げませんねきっと見えない糸がこんなことを引き起こしたんだろうな
I honestly do not feel bad for the first class passengers at all.
生きたまま肉を縫って糸を通して
なんだよあいつら花協会から何か連絡もらったか
人形師って言われるやつみたいだ。裏路地でブイブイ言わせてるみたいだな。
クラスは
都市悪夢
Urban nightmare.
高い人たちに手を出したんだし
So he's about to become a star of the city.
あとここ隣にいるこいつは血染めの夜昔に撃ち落とした都市の星のうちの一人だ
Blood Red Knight? So she's also a distortion? So she was a star of the city that was shot down.
落ちた星がまた現れることなんてあるんですか
So what, like she was defeated and lost her aura?
さあわかんねえなよりによって俺らが担当した列車でどう
大事なのはこの部分一等席の乗客いや花協会が人形と指定したんだし人形と呼ぶか
Excuse? What do you mean they're designated by the Hana
とにか
Association?
く人形たちがあの紙にサインしてるのが見えるだろ
そうですねすごく綺麗な紙にサインしてますね
そのまま消えたななんだよあれこそ空間移動じゃないのか
これがその紙だ
先輩もしかして
ローズ勘弁してくれ
Oh,
よ
they're gonna go to the library?
私たちもこの紙に署名して入る
It seems like they're about to have their retirement 50 years early.
入社できたのに
Or maybe not 50 years. I don't want to say that they're like 15. I'd say at least like maybe like 30 years. Let's go with that.
上が言うならしょうがない生理要員と一緒に図書館へ行く
Like I'd say like these two are probably at least in like their mid 20s. I'd say Rose is probably like in her maybe like she's maybe like in her early 30s. I'd say
もしこれ
since
命
she
令
does
拒否すれ
seem
ば
experienced.
どうなるんだ
代謝処理だ
Then we're fired and we get men in black. Oh, poor Leslie. Almost makes me not want to offer.
本当に故障じゃなかったな
Yep, nasty business.
W 社のやつ全部わかってたんだ
I still want to know what that T-core box was.
くそ
So,
俺もワープ列車は 1,2 回乗ったんだけど
hang on, so let me get this straight. I just want to prioritize what we just witnessed. So, the W core have a singularity that takes a train full of passengers into another dimension for 2,000 years, then sends them back in 10 seconds. Now, they mentioned something about time quota. I think I have a feeling, I think what that means is while they're trapped in that dimension for 2,000 years, I guess time gets sucked, 2,000 years of time gets sucked out of all the passengers. And that's why they're stuck there for 2,000 years, because there had to be a reason. I feel like if the singularity wanted to, it could easily just teleport them somewhere in 10 seconds. But it doesn't do that. It traps people in a different dimension for 2,000 years, probably sucks up all the time quota. It's probably similar to what our singularity did with the abnormalities, where we gain power based off of people's suffering. I'm guessing that's what I'm guessing that's similar to this situation where the suffering and the time that they were spent on the train suffering was converted into power that I guess the singularity gobbled up, and then once it had its fill, it then sends them back into the point in time that they left, just 10 seconds into the future. However, this time, because loads of passengers disappeared, the time quota didn't get filled up enough because people disappeared, so that might cause an issue for the singularity. Who knows?
全く思い出せないの？
全然。最近の技術ってすげえなって感心してたな。しかも平気な様子でマニュアルまで作って冗談交わしながら肉の塊を処理してるとか。
Yeah, they're used to it.
ロボトミーも同じよ。それでもいざ他の
Yeah, that's
翼
what
の
I
一部
said.
を
It
直
was
接
like
見
it's
る
similar
と
to what happened to
雰
the
囲気が
lobotomy
違うわ
core.
ね。でもやっぱりそう変わらないわ。ただの仕事だから。そこで起こった苦痛は人事だから平然と仕事していられるのね。
この内容が本に展開されたら大事だよ。世間に広まってみ
Would
ろ。
be an interesting read though.
W 社は客足が途絶えるだろうな。だからその本をしつこく回収しようとするだろ
う。むしろ歓迎よ。もっと多くのことを知れるから。
我が館長様は本当にいつも堂々としていらっしゃいますね。
それが私のいいところよ。本当ですか？
ああ、昔一回列車の中に王国ができたこともあったんだ。
Wow. They even made a kingdom with like knights and stuff?
お互い王とか騎士とか貴族とか階級を分けていろんなことやってたよ。町なんて序の口だ。
Was it still a bloody mess?
反逆と陰謀がはびこって王国が衰退して忠誠心の高い騎士たちが国を救おうとしたな。
That's kinda hilarious.
そしてどうなったんですか？歓迎いたします。
Damn it, Angelo, why'd you have to show up now? I was in the middle of listening to that interesting story.
おしゃべりはそこまで。ここに人形が来たのか？
I guess we'll have to read his book to find out part 2.
W 社一等席の乗客で作られた人形のことですね。
Yes, that's right, Rose. We know everything.
どこまで知ってるんだ？
もちろん知っていますよ。何事もなかったようにその本を回収することもできます。あるいは他のゲストがワープ列車の秘密について記された本を手に入れることもあるでしょうね。
Are they willing to take it?
そしたら W 社倒産しちゃうよ。
今すぐ入る。
どうかあなたの本が見つかりますように。
Alright, so it seems like it's a 4-on-4 battle for some reason. Because of that, okay, so we can use 2 floors, so we're probably just gonna go in with the Netzach floor, the firing squad. At least for the first floor. Okay, so I must explain. I must explain this floor. So, or I should say this battle. So the way this battle works, so the battle itself isn't too difficult. However, I will say there's actually a card that's introduced in this floor that is really OP. But because of how OP it is, there's a drawback to it. And pretty much the card is what he's using, called Overcharge. So it's a really good card. I mean, like, look at the damage. It even has a counter die. But when you use it, you become immobilized for the next scene, which means you're unable to attack. Now, there are special ways to get around this, like with special abilities that you can use to kind of avoid the immobilization. But for the most part, like, the immobilization is kind of a kicker. But that doesn't mean that, like, it's not powerful, because it is. I'm just going to continue going the 2 at a time routes. Yeah, so pretty much like, even though they do have overcharge, you should still be good. Like, the only one that might pose maybe a slight issue is Rose herself. Because I believe, like, Rose has, like, she has, like, a combat page, like, a special combat page that, like, only she can use that is pretty powerful. I'd say, as you see, like, since he ended up using overcharge, he's now locked out for the next turn. Alright, just keep going, and then we're gonna finish off this guy, hopefully, and there we go. That did a lot of damage. At least we staggered them both, though. Alright, this shouldn't be too bad. So that should take care of him, and that should take care of him. Now we're about to deal with Rose's crew. Okay, so yeah, we're probably still just gonna go in with the firing squad. Hoping to at least get rid of like half the people. I should say half the group. Should we go with Lesty, or you know what, let's go with Sam. Yeah, I feel bad for Lesty's death. I mean, like, look at Lesty's only, I don't even know if Lesty's a guy or a girl. I'm just gonna say they're only a kid. So we'll try to like keep him alive as like long as possible. Alright, so now we're probably gonna focus everyone's attention on Lesty. We're gonna leave Rose till last. Now, you're probably wondering what I think about Rose's combat page. Honestly, I don't really like her combat page that much. Like, for starters, her combat page kind of deals with charges. And usually, most combat pages that involve doing charging, I don't really like. There is one exception to that. There is one combat page that does deal with charges that I actually do really like. But that's because of how broken the character's combat page is in general. And so for me, like, Rose is more like... I like Rose more for her cards than her combat page. Let's just say that. Yes, as I said, like, I'm not really a big fan of, like, charging. There is one exception that I did mention, which we'll get to when we get to it. Alright. So you're pretty much wondering what charging is. Charging is pretty much a thing where it's like, use cards that, I guess, gain yourself charges, and then there's two ways to use the charges. One, you either store the charge, and if you have like plus 10 or more charge, your allies gain different, I guess, statuses that help. Not statuses, but like, you know what I mean, like improved strength and improved protection and stuff like that. Now that's the good way to use charging. The other way is pretty much you get it up to a certain point and then you have a card that just uses it all and it's like a really powerful one-shot card. That's kind of like the type of charging that I don't like. So yeah, that's pretty much how charging works. Obviously I just gave you like the basic rundown. It's obviously more it's more like convoluted than that, but I just gave you like the simple
この
version.
本が解き放たれたら W 社もロボトミーのように崩れるかもしれないわね。それでも崩れる様子は違うでしょうけど。
今さら聞くけどさ、君がロボトミーコーポレーションで繰り返してたってその計画なんだけど、その中で L 社が崩れたのも計画の一部だったのか。
似たようなものよ。L 社を捧げて得た悟りを都市の人々に分け与えるというものだったわ。
何はともあれ、L 社の頭おかしい自爆計画は成功したってわけか。
いいえ、計画はものの見事に失敗したわ。私が台無しにしたの。
Well, we kind of had an inkling that she might have done something to ruin Iron's plan. We just don't really know what yet.
はあ？でも計画が成功してその結果白。
私がいつ成功したって言ったかしら。
No, the reason why the White Knight's Dark Days happened is because the plan was wrong. Because if you remember, the plan was to actually erase, I guess, people's evilness and corruption with light for 7 days. But because it was only a half-hearted light, not only did it not do that, it also gave him unintended side effects, like distortion.
君が台無しにしたっていうのはどういう意味だ？
私を勝手に作って期待外れって分かった瞬間否定されたって言ったわよね。そんな扱いを受けながら地下で与えられた台本を唱える100万年の枷に私をつないだささやかな復讐であり、私に対する小さな贈り物でもあったわ。どうしても計画が成功するのを両目を開けて見ていられなかったのよ。
じゃあねじれは本来起こらなかったかもしれないってことなのか。
Yep, so thanks a lot, Angela. Because of you, we're in this mess. And we have to deal with dog-headed people and crazy, insane blue reverberations, and people who thinks gears make the world go round.
そうかもね。都市で私がそんな事情にまで気を使う必要はないでしょ。
言う通りだ。
Alright, so this is what we wanted. So the actual combat page we wanted to unlock, not combat page, abnormality battle, was yes odds. And the reason being is because, actually no, I don't want to take you into this battle. So the reason why we're actually doing this abnormality battle specifically is because after this battle we then can take on Yesod's realization, and I want to actually set up us being able to do that for next episode. So we're not going to be, because as I said, because the realizations take a really long time, we're not, I'm only probably going to be sticking to one realization a video. And so I want to set it up now so for when next video starts, we can get into it. That's why I also took out Rose's invitation first. Alright, so this abnormality is the funeral of the dead butterflies. This battle is actually pretty easy. The main guy himself, you don't really have to concern yourself with. Yeah, so the main guy himself, like, you don't really have to, I guess, concern yourself with him a lot. The only thing you really have to worry about with the funeral of the dead butterfly, that's literally what his name is he has like a mass attack ranged page, which can be pretty dangerous, and that's kind of like the only thing you have to worry about. The reason why I didn't take Eugen into this battle is because this guy can actually, not only does he target the weakest character, which would end up, like the weakest health character, or like the character with the weakest health, which would most likely end up being Eugen, but he also like seals speed die. Because Eugen already has a sealed speed die, that would like make things a lot more difficult. Alright, so the way I like to do this is I pretty much just like to kill all the butterflies in the back first and then go after the main guy. So that's what we're pretty much gonna do. So pretty much, as I said, I like to target 2 butterflies at a time. Now, my memory might be fading, but I could have sworn that, like, when I played this abnormality battle the first time, I could have sworn, like, not all butterflies attack you at once. So, yeah. So pretty much we're going to attack 2 at once. Alright, there we go. Here's one butterfly down. Okay, so looking at this. Hang on, I'm actually gonna restart this battle because I didn't realize that happened. All right, everyone, and we're back. And so, okay, so I forgot about this quirk. I will call it the funeral of the dead butterfly hat. So I didn't realize this. So apparently, if this guy seals the speed dice, he actually staggers you in the process. I didn't realize that, or I probably kind of forgot that aspect. And so because of that, that's kind of like what happened. So new game plan. I'm still going to target the butterflies because I remember that's kind of what you need to do. Because every time, but then I'm like, thinking, if there's a staggered enemy. Oh, okay. I was worried about attacking the butterflies because I thought if the butterflies died, he would do the mass combat page. That's not true. He says, I believe he only does a mass combat page if we're staggered. So I think that's good. So if you see the, currently, he actually is not gonna, he's not gonna block any of the speed die, which is good. So that actually gives us ample opportunity to attack the butterflies, which is what we're gonna do. Alright, so we're gonna hit the onslaught. And then we're gonna hit Will of the Prescripts along with Wait Up. There we go. Yeah, so you kind of just want to get rid of the butterflies in the beginning because I believe, if my memory serves, if all the butterflies are dead, the funeral butterfly becomes staggered. Well, I don't know if it's staggered or if just everything becomes fatal. It's either one of them. But you want to get rid of the butterflies. Alright, so new game plan. If he tries to use that card that like blocks, yeah, it's this one. Seal the speed die, okay. And then, okay, on Clash Loose, seal the, okay, so we need to block both of these. Okay, 5 to 9. Alright. Okay, hang on a second. Mend weapon. Because this is... Unfortunately, we had terrible rolls. And not only that... My character... What's going on? I'm disarmed. And bound. Okay, I don't know which one to go after. See, because this one also seals the speed down. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. Extract fuel's probably my only chance at this. I need him to roll low and me to roll high. Alright. So that would, yeah, okay. So now that leaves everyone else to attack the butterflies. There we go. Let's hope this works. Yeah! Yes, we staggered him. So we literally blocked both speed dive. Unfortunately, the annoying part about this bat is literally everyone targets one person. Okay? Yeah, we're gonna use repetitive programming. So because he's staggered, literally, it's no brainer. Everyone's just gonna go after the butterfly. Yeah, so pretty much I've found the gimmick in defeating him. So because as I said before, like, you know, when I started this playthrough, it's been a long time, so I'm not going to remember everything about this game. Like, this was kind of one of them. All I really remembered is, like, getting rid of all the butterflies is a good thing. That was literally the only thing I remembered about this battle. So pretty much the main thing you want to do here is when he comes at you with the card that blocks the speed dive, you pretty much want to block it, because then if you block it, he kind of self-sabotages himself. Also, you don't need to defeat all the butterflies. If the funeral of the butterfly dies, that's pretty much a win for you anyway. There we go. We defeated him. That's all there is to it. Alright, there we go. So we can do Yesod's realization now, but we're not going to, because I actually want to save that fight for the next video. Also, I want to get to the next level up, which would be Star of the City, because not only will we get like extra, you know, passive points, but also like Star of the City is like where, so because if you guys have noticed, like, I haven't really created like many decks up to this point. I've literally only created 5 decks, literally kind of when I've needed them, when we're about to go to like 5 librarians essentially. That's all pretty much about to change in Star of the City, because in Star of the City there are a lot of crazy combat pages that you get access to, so that will be fun. Alright, so everyone has been equipped. Now we are about to take on literally the hardest, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this. This is by far the hardest battle in the entire Nightmare section. Hello, Philip.
花の匂い袋をなくした都市の人々に最高の匂いを味わっていただく場所ですよ。は？8時のサーカス？まさかサーカスを知らないなんてわけないですよね。まあ、別にご存知なくとも、未知の味に出会った時に腹痛は起こるものです。我々はただ人々の花の種をまき散らすためのサーカス団員なのですよ。10人が道化師になり1000本の花を咲かせられるなら、どれほど世界が楽しくなるのでしょうか。ざれ言を。これはくそ、これ全部人間じゃないか。あらあら、まあまあ、道化師のお友達はとても恥ずかしがりなようですね。
I'm very intrigued to see how this plays out.
どうやら団員たちを先に紹介する必要がありそうですね。
Who is stronger, an insane clown or a distorted Philip?
さあ、 人魚さん、刃さん。
My money's on the clown because Philip is a coward.
分け与えてあげましょう。
Who the hell is Mr. Naff? Can we see him?
やめろ、やめろ。
Obviously, this is Miss Mermaid.
ありゃ、人魚さんはまだ鱗研ぎに慣れてないみたいですね。貝が小さいですね。狂人ども、みんな狂ってる。果たして狂っているという基準は誰が決めたんでしょうね。
This is all on you, Philip.
So
If you didn't run when you did, you would be a book in the library right now, and you wouldn't have to deal with this mess.
みんなが頭にシャレオツなネズミを編み込んで作った帽子をかぶっているのなら、それは狂っていないと見るべきではないでしょうか。少なくともお前らはそっち側に行けないだろう。ハゲに髪がないくらいに礼儀が毛ほどもない友達ですね。8時のサーカス、こいつらのせいでくさび事務所の皆さんが僕らを助けられずに、僕を除いた皆さんが全員図書館で死んだ。もしお前みたいな雑魚がいなければ、今頃先輩と師匠は無事だったかもしれないな。こんな偶然ってあるんだな。あなたも私と似た匂いを漂わせていますね。
It's the distortion. Although Phillips definitely looks incomplete.
でもまだ芳しいですね。臭くないんですよ。黙れ。ここでお前をバラバラにしてやる。確かにとても香るのですが、しかし芳しさと汚い匂いが混じればまた違うドロドロとした香りが生まれましょう。
Oh no. Is he about to distort Philip the same way he distorted Emma and Noah?
いいですね。いいですよ。私と共に公園を開きましょうか。フィリップ君。
What? Salvador?
師匠。先輩。
Oh, come on. You know what happened to them, Philip. You're not stupid enough to buy this, are you?
一体この姿は。とりあえずショーを進行してくれる新しい道化師さんに拍手喝采。これは何だ。一体何をしたんだ。あれま、トゲトゲした顔ですね。驚きは刺激であり、その刺激によって人々は笑いと楽しさを得るんですよ。真の花は自分の中にある一番大きな海と向き合って絞り出してこそ出てくるものです。
You know, honestly, I think Oswald might have just become my most hated character in this game.
香る悲しみの海をたくさん飲み込まなければ思う存分笑えないんですよ。
I just hate how evil this man is. Like with the blue reverberation, we all know that he's evil, but at least with him, there's like at least some sort of sarcastic charm to him, where he kind of like plays like the kind-hearted man, and there's like obviously a second evilness underneath that I kind of find charming in a way. This guy is just straight up evil.
私がお手伝いいたしましょう。
フィリップ、あの時返事できなくてごめん。
おお、これはなんという急展開なんでしょうか。
I just love that, like he started this and now he's just sitting back. He's probably an audience member, probably filled up the popcorn machine. He's watching the show.
私は。
でも師匠には妻と子供が。 くだらなすぎますね。これはまたなんという昼ドラ展開なんでしょうか。黙れ。お前、こんな幻影で二人の顔に泥を塗るな。はい？嘘だなんて無粋なことをおっしゃりますね。今あなたの目の前に見えるのは当然のように受け入れようとしていたどぎつい甘さの花の香りではなかったのですか？事実がどうあれ、そうなると確信していたことをどうして今になって嘘だっていうのかわかりませんね。再放送を飛ばし見るように言葉を止めるのにも理由があるんじゃないですか？うるさい、うるさい。
知ってた？君が私を避ける理由も。君。違う。
これは夢だ。あの道化師野郎の。
What is this soap opera bullshit?
フィリップ君、やめたまえ。私たちはただ。
Look at just the clown, its evil smile in the background.
全部同じ奴らだ。僕をもてあそんだだけなんだ。フィリップ君、そういう君は努力はしたかね？答えをためらっていたという理由で私たちに向けてあらゆる汚い妄想をしてたよな。
そんなお前が私たちにどうこう言える立場だと思ってるの？
やめろ。やめて。
一人で逃げたくせによくも悔しいって言えるよね。お前ができないことを、努力もしなかったことを、厚かましくも言い訳を探しているだけだ。
I mean, is she wrong though, even though it's Ghost Yuna?
私たちを助けるって一人で逃げたのも、私たちのせいにして自分を慰めるのも、お前が考えたい通りに考えているだけじゃんか。そうした方が心が軽くなるから。そりゃそのままの自分を受け入れるよりかは他人のためって偽る方が楽だもんね。
二人とも僕を捨てていったくせに。まだ悟ってないのか。君を信じるんじゃなかったな。黙れ。どうして今になって僕を苦しめようとするんだ。最後までそんな僕を。もうほっといてくれ。どうやら助けがいるようですね。
What the hell? Pluto? What the hell is he doing here?
沈黙を決め込むつもりですか？まあいいです。時間はたくさんありますし、ゆっくり打ち解けていくことにしましょうか。人間は悔しかったり憤りを感じたりするとき、手を差し伸べてくれる誰かを必要とします。私がなって差し上げましょう。そのために訪ねてきましたから。さあ、私の手を取って、そう丁寧にこの辺りまで差し伸べてあげましょう。僕の願いを叶えてくれるってことですか？あなたが望むことを口にすれば。
Don't do it, Philip. How much of an imbecile can you be? It's a trick, a trap, a dastardly ploy.
おぞましい苦痛を与えた者たちに復讐することも、あなたとつながっている二人を救うための強い武器を提供することもできるでしょう。何も見たくなくて、言いたくもないんです。もう疲れたんです。今の僕の望みは、ただ大泣きしたいんです。もちろんです。私がお手伝いいたします。あの方の声に耳を傾けてください。何ですかこれは。これであなたも私と同じ匂いがしますね。
Philip turned into some angel statues. with very disturbing eye holes. And that one's hiding his eye holes because he's got the most disturbing of the lot.
これは芸達者ですね。そんな多彩な表情を作ることができただなんて。そしてあら、新しい道化師さんですか？
I don't know why for some
すごい
reason
姿をしていらっしゃいますね。
an Oswald and Pluto duo is appearing. I didn't even know that I wanted until it was presented to me.
はい、はじめまして、プルートと申します。
ちょうどよかったです。3人で素晴らしいショーを繰り広げられそうですね。
一つお聞きしてもよろしいでしょうか。先ほど見た3人の関係は真実なのですか？
あんとつまらない質問ですね。今さらどう
I'm
し
gonna
て
take
そ
that
んな
as
の
a
が大事
no.
なんですか？一番大事なのは観客がすでにショーで楽しさと笑いを得た。
ねじれた欲望による幻影。確かにここは欲望を最大限にねじ曲げて増幅させる場所ですね。
くんくん、あなたからも似た匂いがするんですけど。
They're trying to out-gesture the other.
あの声を聞きましたか？そんなことはいいんです。さあさあ、観客たちが待ち望んでいますから、私と一緒にシ
Well,
ョーを
Pluto
続け
did
てもらい
mention
ますね。
a voice and referred to the voice as her right before Philip got distorted and transformed.
惜しいですが、サーカスはここで締めくくらないといけませんね。
Oh, we're gonna get a Pluto and Oswald battle?
あら、この方は一体何をおっしゃっているのでしょうか？
フィリップさん、こちら招待状です。
Oh,
もっ
great.
と前へ進んでく
It's
ださい。
us against Philip, round 3. How many more rounds of this shit do we have to do?
オズワルド、あなたは私と共にもっと大きな舞台で心ゆくまで繰り広げましょうか。
And Oswald has just been invited to join the Blue Reverberations. What were they called? The Musicians of Bremen, I believe.
あいつも結構かわいそうだな。
今さら同情するの？この前は利己的で危険な性格って非難してたじゃない。
No, I'm just sick of tired of all the times we have to battle
い
him.
や、まあ同情というか、フィリップって人の性格がクソだとしても、迫ってくる状況がその感情をさらに追い詰めてるって気がして、あんな悲劇はよくあるって言ってたけど、あいつも精神的に追い詰められてるだろう。それもやっと乗り越えて成長するかなと思ったら、オズワルドってやつのせいでまたへし折られたじゃんか。そういう意味じゃ笑ってばかりいられないということだ。他人がへたり込んでいる姿をバラエティ番組でも見る感覚で観察する趣味はないからな。ああ、もちろん鑑賞に浸ってるってわけじゃないよ。それはそれで、これはこれだから。
That is that, and this is this.
そうね。何はともあれ本人が乗り越えられなかったことよね。
それはさておき、あいつはどうしてあんな姿になったんだよ。
感情が追い詰められてエゴの線を越えたわ。そしてねじれ現象が起こって幻想体に変わったというわ
So
け。
that's how it happens. So once your emotions get past a certain level, you transform.
そんな風にねじれが起こるってことか。まだ説明不足感。
Yeah, I want to know whose voice they hear before it happens.
図書館で人間が本に
Is
変
it
わるの
Angela's
と
voice?
似てないか。
幻想体が作られる過程とも類似してるわ。まだ不安定な状態みたいだけど、ねじれた欲望と感情、あなたには何が見えるんでしょうね。
間違いなく妻が出るだろうな。
Oh boy. I am interested to see what Roland's wife looked like. Because we only saw her from the back last time.
どうなるか見え見えだろう。守れなかった妻が俺の目の前に出てきて。
ほんと素直ね。
何も持っていない人っていうのはそういうもんだよ。
ここはどこだろう。今誰か僕の悪口言っただろう。
What did he say? I can't hear anything. Who's talking shit about me?
興味
And
深
no one
い
obviously can't speak.
3人に分かれているだなんて。
声が綺麗だね。なんだって。僕がガキみたいだから相手にもしないって。
So I'm guessing this one, the unhearing child, is the little shit of the family.
綺麗な声の人が僕たちを機嫌悪そうに見つめてたりする。ああ、お前の言う通り変な場所があるもんだな。
品がないわね。まあそれでもゲストはゲストだから。
なんだなんだこの音は。あいつ絶対僕の悪口言ってるだろうな。
私の後ろに扉が見えるでしょ。
扉？扉いいよ。でも
Can someone help the non-seeing child, please?
手振りで何指してんだよ。あっちに失せろって。
She's pointing over there. Is she telling us to fuck off over there?
早く言って面倒な能力に巻き込まれたくないから。
Damn it. I hate these children so much. They're literally, they're trying really hard to get me to like Philip. This is probably the most I've ever liked Philip in this game so far. And I hate that I have to say that. Alright everyone, so it might not look like much, but this is literally going to be a battle of attrition. Now let me explain how this works. Oh yes, we also have access to the ego pages, which is good. They will definitely come in handy. Now, the way this works, okay, so this has 7 battle axe. Now you might be wondering, what the hell? 7 battle axe? How is that possible? So the way this works is you start with 3 angels. Once you defeat the angels, so the angel parts of this battle is not that bad. So you start with 3 angels. Once you defeat the angels, then you go on to face this giant angel with wings. And this is where it gets difficult. And then once you defeat the giant angel with wings, it then turns to 5 little baby angels, then the big angel again, then back to 3 baby angels, then the big angel for the final time, then 1 of the angels, and then 1 angel, and then that's it. Now what's annoying is every time you face the angel, he gets stronger and he adds a new dice block to his, to his repertoire, and he gets stronger every time you face him. Now, I'll explain more about how the big angel works when we get to it. How the small angel works. Now, you might want to read up on what, the small angels actually do, because each of them do different things. So, for example, the unhearing child. Alright, so he cannot check, redirect the crying children's targets. Ability is nullified. Okay, yeah. So the unhearing child, pretty much, you can't redirect. So for example, if all 3 of them are targeting, I don't know, this guy, and you want to redirect one of them, you can't, because the hearing child is there. Then you have the unspeaking child, which in my opinion is the worst of the 3, because a random librarian becomes immobilized at the start of the scene. This ability is nullified when the character is staggered. Yeah, so pretty much it's nullified when you don't have to defeat the angels, but you just got to at least get them to staggered to stop the ability from happening. So for you to get access to the 5th Librarian, you gotta stagger the unspeaking child. Now this actually can become an issue later on, because if you get to the final angel and you only have 1 Librarian left, you cannot win, because the final angel is the unspeaking child, which pretty much will lock out your only Librarian, and so you literally cannot win if that happens. So that's why you gotta like try to keep most of your Librarians live as much as possible. And then finally you get the Unseen Child. Cannot see a portion of the combat pages, so that's why it's in question marks. Yeah, cannot see a portion of the combat pages used by the crying children. This ability is nullified when staggered. Yeah, so apparently it says they all have a precarious mind. Become temporarily... I can't read it. And we're back. And everyone, I had to actually look this up on land because for some reason I can't scroll down to read it. So pretty much precarious mind is actually a very important that I needed to read up on it, because I remember for some reason it's very like you don't really do a lot of damage to the angels, and then it's because of precarious mind, which all of them have, which says apparently they have a combat dice, and if they lose the clash, all resistances become fatal. So that's pretty interesting. So pretty much what you want to do here is... Alright, so pretty much the one that's like by far the main threat is the unspeaking child. Now, because all resistances are up, I tend to kind of have all 4 of my Librarians literally go after the unspeaking child to start with, so we can get the Wang unlocked. Alright, there we go. Alright, come out. There we go. So even though that they're in staggered, alright. There we go. Now what I like to do is, now that everyone's unlocked, now is when we target 2 by 2. So I'm going to use... So I'll probably go after the unhearing child. Or maybe... No, unseen child is probably better, because then we can see the combat pages and which ones will cause the fatal damage to occur on a loss. Alright. There we go. And we'll use Transpierce and Mend Weapon. Actually, no, Extract Fuel. There we go. Yeah, so pretty much you just want to like hold out as much as possible. Also, another thing to mention, because of the fact that... Alright, here we go. Here we go, on Clash lose. All resistance change to fatal. So, we're going to want to use Alright, so we're gonna use deep. Oh, we can't use deep drag. Okay. So what is it? It's a 2 to 5. Do I have anything? 2 to 5, 4 to 8. Yeah, we'll use daring decisions. I forgot. We can't target because of the unhearing child. But that's kind of a shame. Alright, we just continue what we've been doing. That. Then we just do that. We'll finish it up with one of the prescripts. There we go. Alright, there we go. We got him into fatal. So I don't think it's like you can redirect, so like so literally you clash with someone, it's just it doesn't tell you who it is, who you clash with. Alright. So now we can focus on the other two. I'll do that and sparkling spear. Yeah, so pretty much now everything becomes fatal. So when you have like everything become fatal for them, it becomes a lot easier. Alright. So pretty much, you just have this one in staggered, so just use Olga, since Olga has a lot of lag. Yeah, so after that, we now get into the angel. Okay, so this is how the angel works. What you want to do here is you want to clash with everything. You do not want to get hit because, as I said, it's a battle of attrition and you want your librarian to last as long as possible. So you want to redirect. Also, because each of the thing uses 3, you kind of want to at least hit with a 3. You want to redirect with like something that at least does like that has like 3 combat dash. So for example, this one. And then we'll also use that. And then daring decisions. Yeah, so pretty much you want to like try and block all that stuff. And then pretty much just have like all your extras to just focus on. Alright, there we go. Yeah, so your aim is to pretty much try to stagger the angel turn 1. Alright, we got close to it, so... Okay, so the fact that we actually got pretty close is actually not that bad, so... Alright, we're gonna use a mullet. We're gonna use Transpierce on this one. Along with Will of the Prescripts. There we go. Yes! Okay, that's good. So we wanted to get it in staggered before any of its attacks kind of went up on us. There we go. Now you might think that wasn't that bad, but you're in for a really bad awakening. Once you realize we gotta defeat that angel, well, I think 2 more times? Because we do it after this one, then it goes back to 3, and then yeah, we gotta defeat it 2 more times. Now we go to 5 angels. So this one kind of becomes annoying because... So there's 2 unhearings and unseeings, but only 1 unspeaking. So you wanna like target the unspeaking. And get the unspeaking into staggered. Since there's 5 of them, I'll probably use 2 of my librarians. I'll also probably use a Transpierce on the unspeaking just in case. Alright, there we go. Alright, we got him into staggered, which is good. Alright. Okay, Gluttony, that's good. So we're actually going to give Gluttony to... Eugen. And now we have access to combat pages, which will become really helpful. So we're going to get 4th Match Flame. Okay. So the way this now works, so the way mass combat pages works, is you now have access to this little icon here. If you click it, you can go into, so since it's a mass attack page, you can just aim it at one, but it like targets everybody. And then you click it again to go back to your normal. Alright. And I'm going to use Boundary of Death on that one. And then... Oh, even though Malkuth, also another thing, even though Malkuth gets the combat page, any librarian can pretty much use it. Yeah. Also a good thing is that even though like your enemies get stronger the longer it goes, you get stronger as well, so... Just gonna hit the deep drag. Seems like they're all in Fatal, which is pretty good. Alright, there we go. Oh, wow. Oh, damn. That did a lot of damage. It literally did like 50 to everybody. Alright, so that pretty much actually did like quite well. And helped us out a lot in this like battle. Alright, there we go, and then that should probably do it for this battle. Alright, now we're back to the big angel again. So this time, obviously, as I said, it gains an extra speed there. Alright, so again, we gotta like target. Okay, so this one only has 2. So there's no point in like targeting the counter die since the counter die activates anyway. You just really want to like target like the damage die. So we're gonna use a deep drag for that one, along with an in-house smoke. We unfortunately did not, since that's Fav, so we did not redirect it. So we're gonna redirect it now. Yeah. I think if it's the same, I don't think you can redirect it, to be honest. Alright. So we're gonna do that. Oh, also, every time you use the ego page, it actually needs some time to kind of like recover before you can do it again. Alright, then we're gonna do that. Ooh. We're gonna redirect that one, because I just realized this one was targeting the broken speed there. We don't want that. Redirect that and hit him with a force onslaught. Alright, there we go. See how this goes. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention is the big angel loves to use mass combat pages. And I'm pretty sure like in the last time you faced the angel, it just loves to spam mass combat pages. This is why smoke's really good, because like it carries over. And we got him into staggered. Come on. Do that damage. There we go. Now it goes back to 3. Ooh, unfortunately Malkuf. Okay. So we're going to use the match flame. Where's the unspeaking? Okay, that's the unspeaking. Okay. I'm gonna target the unspeaking. Yeah, I think what I'm actually gonna try and do here is I'm gonna try to get them all staggered at once. Just make things way easier. Hit that fleche. And it transmits. There we go. Yeah, also another thing, I'm not sure if like I probably mentioned it with mass attack pages. When you use it, they also have a chance to defend against it as well. But thank God the roll is so high for the mass attack page we got. Alright, we're gonna go with Ooh. I like it. We're gonna go with Vans. And we got another one. Green stem. So honestly, green stem I don't really like that much. Oh, the Forgotten. Alright, yeah, we're actually gonna go with Wing Beat. I actually really like Wing Beat. We're not gonna use it this turn though. Yeah. So we're just gonna have probably gonna target all of them at once. I'll actually change that up. I'll use an extract fuel and amend. Alright, there we go. Yeah, so after this angel battle, we then got I believe one more big angel fight and then the final angel. So yeah, you probably notice like this battle has been going on. This battle pretty much goes on almost as long as a realization battle. That's how long and tedious it is. There we go. Okay, we just got. Okay, so we defeated all of the baby angels. Now we got this final angel, and this one's like where it gets really difficult because of all the mass combat pages he loves to use. All right. So what we're gonna do here is, okay, so we're gonna use, okay, so that one still needs to charge, so we're gonna use Wing Beats on that one. And probably use, alright, there we go. So deep drag. Probably just use it on the mass combat page. And here we're going to use Mulay. Okay, we've got Will of the Prescripts. Finally, this side we got Daring Decisions. Yeah. So this is this battle's probably most likely where you might see some of your librarians get beat, but you want to at least go into the final round with more than one. See, that's why I gave Yujin that gluttony. It's a way to like, so he like doesn't die like almost immediately. Alright, we can get him to staggered. There we go. See, look at all the damage smoke does. It's such a good build. And then finally, we are on the last angel. It's taken a while, but we've finally gotten there. We're just gonna finish him off with some smoke. We're probably not even gonna need the mass combat page. But I'll probably use it anyway. Alright, gonna use and sparking spear. So I should take him down. So we immediately get him into staggered, so. Alright, there we go. Oh yes, I noticed that too. If you didn't notice, Philip, once again, ran away like a coward. That's the third time now. I'm starting to get sick and tired of him constantly showing up. Can we please put Philip on the ban list? This is getting out of control.
本質は原本と同じだな。何も変わってないよ。
これも図書館の意図でしょうね。
図書館の意図か。わかりそうだ。
Damn library, wish it would make up its mind sometimes.
人の心が醜いとはいえ、あれほどとは思わなかったのに。
いくら包んでも、それぞれあんな気持ちを抱いてるんでしょうね。
ねじれはその心をそのままさらけ出させてくれるんだろう。
そのままさらけ出るのかはわからないわ。ねじれがさらけ出させるのか、心がさらけ出ると同時にねじれるのかはまだ確信が持てないの。でもどんなものでも包み隠してもいない正直な姿ではあると思うわ。
すっぱだかになる感じだろうな。感情をぶちまけた後ほど気まずい状況はないからな。
Angela, are you picturing Roland naked? Why'd you go silent all of a sudden? Yeah, we are Star of the City. And there's something you guys and girls need to know about Star of the City. This is the section of the game where I gave up a year ago. I gave up in this section, so we're literally getting very close now to the point that made me quit the first time. So as we're continuing to go along, I'm getting more and more nervous. I'll mention the battles when we get to them, the ones that just made me quit forever. Well, not forever, you know what I mean. Here we go, scene 6. Star of the City. I try calling each star something beautiful.
都市は今日も欲望がうねりながらちらついているな。
いつもこの姿のまま、人間は物語を紡ぎ出さなければならない。
Whoever's talking sounds like ruthless individuals.
今日図書館という星一つが空に浮かんだ。
That's us, the library.
この星はどんな夢で都市を照らすのか。
この星がどうか都市の甘美な夢を覚まさないように。
さっきから何をそんな頑張ってるんだ？
すべてを終わらせてここから出て行った時に。
Oh, she's making a bucket list.
びっしり詰まってるな。
ミートシチューを食べるのもちゃんと書いたわ。
Trying the meat stew. We also gotta go to that sandwich shop. Ham, ham, pang, pang.
本当に覚えててくれたんだな。
私は何でも記憶できるから。
それならわざわざ書く必要もないんじゃないか。ああ、もちろん気を悪くしようと思ったわけじゃないからな。
実は忘れないように書いているの。
じゃあ
本当に人間へと近づいているみたい。私の記憶が完全ではないけど、だんだんと薄くなっていくのを感じるわ。こんなことは初めてね。消さないといけない記憶がまだ途方もなく残ってはいるけど。
それでもいろいろとおめでとう。ずっと望んでたんだろ。
ありがとう。だからこれからは次というものを夢見るためにこの紙に書くのよ。あなたが言ってた壁、そういうこと。
I'm kinda intrigued to see what that list is about. Like, what's on it? Is it like normal human things? Or is it like quirky, Angela weird things?
ローラン、あなたはどう？ここから
さあな。一旦フィクサーののれんは下ろそうって思ってるんだ。
Yeah, I feel like we killed enough people to last us a lifetime.
そう？あなたがどんなフィクサーかは知らないけど、そばで見守ってきた感じだと適正に合っているように見えるけど、うまく戦えるってことはさておき、いろんな状況に対処して上手に仕事をこなすのを見ると、あなたの言う通り結構やり手だったみたいね。その点こそがフィクサーの美徳のように見えたの。
確かに俺も思うんだけど、フィクサーほど俺に合う仕事ってなさそうだよな。それでもこれからはちょっと休みたいな。このぐらいが十分だ。他人のために誰かの血を見るのは。
Yeah, we seem to be doing that a lot.
それでどんなことがやりたいの？
そんなしつこく聞かれてもな。ここの仕事が終わったら、本当に何も思いつかないな。
Well, what other skills does Roland have besides killing?
特にないなら私の仕事を手伝ってくれない？今度は正式に雇うわ。仕事に見合った報酬も支給できるけど。
どんな仕事だ？
どんなってこの紙に書いたことよ。
さっきも言ったけど。
血を見る仕事ではないわ。私も血を見るのはもう十分よ。
Well, at least there's that.
あなたの言う通りに次というものを考えてみたら、思い浮かぶものが自由だったの。復讐を果たしてから自由を得て、何事もなく世界を歩き回れたらいいなって思ったわ。
それでも無事旅行を終えられるように護衛してくれってことは。
何言ってるのよ。私の体くらい自分で守れるわ。今まで来たゲストを見る限り、あなた以上に会う友達なんていないと思うのよね。
友達なのか？
私の一方的な思い込みだった？
I mean, I guess we're bonded by blood? Honestly, I wouldn't even know where to begin to define our relationship with Angela.
私、知り合いが本当に少ないの。その数少ない人たちでさえ見ていられないありさまになっていたし、お互いに決められた配役で舞台の上を演技して回ってるだけだったから、彼らにとって私は結局台本を読み上げるための道具であり機械。
司書たち。いや、セフィラと職員の話なんだな。
他の場所で違った形で会えたら仲間にはなれたでしょうね。
Yeah, you know, without the killing and the bloodshed and the screams of pain.
それでどう？ここの仕事が終わった後の話よ。
ああ、その話は前向きに検討してみ
It
る。
sounds like a decent job.
悪くはなさそうだ。すべてを置いて
I mean, what else are we gonna do?
世界を駆け回ってみるのも。
I feel like coming, like, from what we know with Roland, we have no laugh. Yes, passive transfer cost limit has increased.
哲学の会指定師匠は
Oh, we've unlocked a new librarian. Oh, it's Binah. It's the one that literally betrayed all the Sephiroth or all the librarians to side with Angela.
ここはケセドとは違う匂いを漂わせてるな。
紅茶の香りだ。
Oh no, we got another tea drinker on our hands.
コーヒーとは違っていい香りだな。
その通
Well,
りだ。
Chess is a coffee drinker, Binah's the
青
tea
髪の坊
drinker.
っちゃんはまだ高雅な紅茶の味を知らないだろうな。
Black tea? I've never heard of black tea.
ここは他の回と違って威圧感がするな。
Because usually with tea, you're meant to put in things like milk and sugar and stuff to make it taste sweet. While with coffee, doing that is only an optional thing.
哲学ってテーマとなんか合ってるよ。何言ってるのかもわからないし、言葉も重々しいし。
お前の見る図書館はどうだ？
俺が見る図書館？
I don't know why, but she feels very tranquil. Like she's already answered all of life's questions. Like she's at peace.
人間の血を飲む死の空間か。
Well, it does make sense since she is the philosophy librarian.
情報を蓄積す
She
る
does feel very
知識の
philosophical.
戦闘か。あるいは新たな生のための箱舟か。
俺が見る図書館は闘技場？アンジェラであれ司書であれ、それぞれが望むものを何とかして勝ち取る場所だよ。だからとても激しくて血が飛んで。
お前の望む図書館はそうなのか。それならお前にとって図書館はいかなる場所か。
俺にとってはまあ監獄だ。
そうは見えないな。お前は機会をつかもうとしている。
当然ここから出るチャンスはつかまないとな。
お前がそう言うのならそうだろう。
なんだよお前は。何でも知ってますみたいな言い方して。
私はビナーという。
いや、お前は今まで会ってきた司書たちと漂わせてる。
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's something special about her.
一番目のせいでいかなる存在だったか
Well, yeah, that would be a
気になる
be a
ようか。
start.
ああ、お前は一体誰だ？
頭の調律者だったな。
What? She was an arbiter?
なんだって？
Well, hold up. Because aren't arbiters like they're like the assassins that work directly under the Hana Association government? And if you remember, Hod called an arbiter because she couldn't take what was going on, and the arbiter showed up and killed everybody. Are you telling me that Binah was the arbiter that killed everybody in that laboratory in everyone's first laugh? And then something happened to her while she was killing everybody, which got her brought back as a Sephiroth along with everybody else? If we find out Binah was the one to kill everybody, that would be crazy.
私は目覚めてからあまり経たない。
Because these arbiters are like hardcore.
この茶とともに心を鎮めねばならぬゆえ、再び訪れておくれ。
Well, she loves to drink her tea, it seems.
本も忘れぬよう。
Now, I must say something about Binah before we continue. Binah is actually a special case, along with Gebra.
待て！
And I'll explain it once this cutscene ends. Okay. So, I mentioned before that at some point, Gerbera gets her own combat page with her own cards, but that doesn't come until later on, where we actually have to defeat an enemy to get her combat page. Binah, on the other hand, okay, well, unfortunately, she's locked for the moment, but when she gets unlocked, she actually also comes with her own combat page and cards as well. But unlike Gerbera's version, because Gerbera's version, you can actually like switch out the cards, and you can actually like switch out the cards and the combat page, and you can actually equip Gerbera with any combat page you want. Binah, on the other hand, is not the case. You're actually forced to use Binah with the deck that she comes with. The only thing you can switch about Binah is her passives. So, but we have to unlock her first, obviously, because apparently she's too good for us at the moment. She's too busy off drinking tea to help us in any sort of meaningful way. We have to finish until she drinks her like 10 gallons of cups of tea before she even bothers to want to help us. But yeah, that's not going to come for a little bit of time. But anyway, guys and girls, we have actually reached the star of the city. And we've got a lot of abnormalities we need to take care of. Starting with Yesod's realization. We're going to be doing that next time. So thanks for watching, everyone. And more parts out soon. If you liked the video, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, everyone, and see ya.